right, friends, so we are on day 6 of our opinion writing project. Okay, so we've already done our opinion practice, we've already done our pre-writing, our drafting, our revising, and now we are on to step 4, editing. Okay, so you're looking for how you can make it correct. So you're going to do every single one of these things. The first thing says, I read my writing 4 times. Okay, why do you think we do that? Because the more you read it, the more mistakes you might pick up on. You might figure out something doesn't make sense or make it make sense. Okay, the second thing is all of my sentences make sense. So if you want to read quietly would be like this, like no one could hear you. Okay, read quietly out loud to check. The next one says I used space between my written words. Okay, so your words are spaced out. Okay, the next one says I used capital letters in the right spots. The next one is I used punctuation marks. And the last one says I fixed all of my spelling mistakes. And it tells you right here that you can check that using your Chromebook or a dictionary. Okay, so those are the things that you need to be looking for. Okay, I'm going to take a second and I'm going to do my editing. Okay, and then the last thing you're going to do is you're going to sign right there on the line. Okay, in my virtual peeps, you can just write your name there on the line. Okay, by signing this, that means you double check to make sure all of the boxes above are completed and checked. Okay, so I'm going to come back here to my draft. Okay, I read my writing 4 times. Have you ever heard of a hotel made entirely of ice? Or do you crave yummy pancakes? Sweden has it all. In my opinion, Mr. J and Miss Olsen should travel to Sweden for their honeymoon. The first reason is the beautiful green forests and tall mountains. I know Miss Olsen and Mr. Johnson like to be outside and because nature is peaceful. The second reason they should go to Sweden is all the cats. I know that Mr. Johnson and Miss O love cats. For example, there are over 1 million cats in Sweden. I know they would love it. There are lots of reasons to go to Sweden, but the nature and cats are the main reasons. Mr. J and Miss O should go there on their honeymoon. All right, so I'm going to read that 3 more times. I did notice a few parts that maybe didn't make sense. Okay, so I might go back and change those. I'm going to go ahead and write out Mr. Johnson each time, because that makes the most sense to me. Same with Miss Olsen. Alright, so pretend I've read that 3 more times. Okay, once you do that, you are going to go ahead and put a check, okay, or an X in that box. So the next step is to make sure all sentences make sense. Okay, as I was reading through, I noticed a few things maybe didn't make sense, and I made those changes. Okay, once you've done that, you can put a check there. I use space between my written words. Okay, now sometimes I'm not very good about this, so I'm going to look back and make sure I've made plenty of space in between my words. Okay, I also noticed I used the and symbol a few times. I'm going to make sure to not do that next time. Okay, so just making sure that I have all those spaces big enough in between my words so they don't get all pressed together and jumbled together. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. I use capital letters in the right spots. Now, I am bad at this too. Okay, so take Sweden, for example. That's a country. Okay, it is a proper noun, so it should be capitalized each time I use it. Okay, so like right here, I did not capitalize it, so I'm going to add 3 lines under there to let me know that I need to capitalize that the next time I'm writing my final draft. Same with this one. Same with this one. See, I told you I'm bad at it. Same with that one. Okay, and I think that looks good. So I'm going to go back to our editing page. I checked to make sure I had capital letters. I used punctuation marks, so I'm going to go back and make sure I have question marks where I need question marks, exclamation points where I need exclamation points, periods where I need periods. Exclamation, comma, period, period. Okay, so it looks like I did an okay job using my punctuation there. So once I've done that, I'm going to check it. Now, I fixed all of my spelling mistakes. Okay, this might be a little bit trickier. Okay, you might want to have, like I know Mrs. Thomas is there, maybe have a mom or dad look this over and show you maybe some of the words that look like they are spelled wrong. Okay, but what you can do is you can just circle the word that you think is spelled wrong. Let's say I think the word forest is spelled wrong. Okay, what you can do is you can hop onto your Chromebook. Okay, you can type in forests or the best spelling that you can, and it should autocorrect it for you so that you can see the actual spelling of it. Okay, you can also use a dictionary. We have some in our class library, so you can grab one if you need to. But I've noticed the fastest and easiest way to do that is to just look on your Chromebook. Okay, so it looks like I took some time to fix all of my spelling mistakes. Okay, and I use my Chromebook. Okay, so now I'm going to sign it because it means I double check to make sure all of the boxes up here were taken care of. Okay. And yes, you can sign your name in cursive. I know some of you will ask. Okay. So that was my step 4. That was editing. Okay, please take a look at how my draft looks now. Okay, there's tons of red marks on it. Okay, and that is okay, especially for a rough draft. When we start working on our final draft, okay, that's when you're going to want to make sure you're using your best handwriting, making sure all of these changes that we made and notes that we made get fixed on our final draft.